Auto insurance can all seem the same until it comes time to use it. So don't get stuck paying more for less coverage. Switch to USAA Auto Insurance and you could start saving money in no time. Get a quote today. Restrictions apply.
I think I just won my taxes.
Yeah?
I just switched to H&R Block in about 1 minute. All I had to do was drag and drop last year's return into H&R Block, and bam, my information is automatically there.
So I don't have to go digging around for all my old papers to switch?
Nope.
Sounds like we just leveled up our tax game.
Switching to H&R Block is easy. Just drag and drop your last return. It's better with Block.
But baby, what's that got to do with you coming home at 2? Oh my God. I wish I knew the lyrics to that song in and out like the back of my hand. In and out, in and out. But I don't. I know Lotto songs. Oh my God. Rip me out the plastic, I've been acting brand new. I love that I was like, I know Lotto songs, and then I instantly just went, rip me out the plastic, I've been acting brand new. Oh, girl, wait, hold on. No. We're not going to do that. We're not doing that. But baby, what's that got to do with you coming home at 2? Let's run the intro. I'm really tired. It's really early in the morning. Welcome back to your favorite podcast and podcaster, the Distract Me Please podcast. I am your host, Brianna Silva, and I am here by myself today. Hey. When have I not been by myself? I think I've been podcasting by myself for like, why am I already yawning? Are you kidding me? I think I've been podcasting for myself. I think I've been podcasting by myself for a year now. Yeah, I have. It's so bad. It's not bad. It's just that now me and my twin and them, we're all adults. We all have adult working jobs, and one of us is out of Texas. I was going to say out the country. She's not out the country. She's out of Texas. She's like 8 states away. It's so sad. It's the saddest thing in my life. Like, what am I supposed to do? It's okay, Lauren. Lauren, we miss you. XOXO. I don't even know if you still listen to this podcast, girl. I highly doubt that you do. Highly doubt it. Oh, I just read my eye. Guys, there is so much to talk about. I have so much to talk about. Today, we're talking about books and growing up. Because, girl, what? Oh, my God. Like, the way life has been lifing. So, I realized I've skipped last week. I was very aware that I was skipping last week. I wasn't aware that I was skipping last week until last week original. What? Dude, I can't talk. It is 10 o'clock in the morning, and y'all know I typically be recording these podcast episodes 10 o'clock at night. I am not a morning person, nor will I ever be a morning person, but the way I have to literally put so much time and effort now into recording these podcast episodes, like before, it could be like, oh, I could just put it off till later. Okay, I can do it now, and it's fine. No. Now I have to go through hell and back just to find time to record this podcast episode. I'm not having a great time. Life has been lifing. I'm surprised. Okay, let's deep dive into it. Okay, let's start talking about it. I mean, I'm already yapping and talking about it. Like, we're already there. But let me put it this way. Because I've signed a few NDAs, so I can't say too much. But, dog. Oh my God, I have never had an employed experience like this. That is what I'll say. There is so much going on that my mom asked me to walk out those doors Friday. It's Sunday. She asked me to walk out the doors. Like, it has been hectic. It's been crazy. It's been stressful. Girl, it is just, it has been a lot. It has been a lot. And so, wow. Just wow. So adult life and working life has just been a lot for me. It's just, I was not expecting I was just not expecting this. I truly wasn't. I really, really wasn't. And I mean, you never know what to expect on a job until you get there. But for me, I was like, whoa, hey, girly pop. Hey, girly pop. Wow. Oh my God. Like, I'm working. Like, I'm actually working. Like, I actually have to get up and I actually have important roles to play or this team falls apart. That's crazy. That is so crazy. Like, what? And so that, oh my God, that has been a lot to adjust to. And so there's that. So I'm working constantly and I have to do it, or again, the team falls apart. And then I'm trying to also find time to like do my hobbies, which now working, it has showed me what my hobbies truly are, because it's the things that I'm constantly thinking about and the things that I'm like, oh my God, when can I get free time to do this again? And I've learned that's podcasting, working out, and personal finance stuff. Anything past that, girl, it is not a hobby for me. I realize these are my favorite hobbies. Like, I'm always, it got to the point where I used to go to the gym with my cousin all the time because he had the black card from Planet Fitness. And if you don't know, the black card allows you to bring a friend. And so for free. And so I would just go with him and I wouldn't have to pay for a gym membership. And we went all the time, especially when I was unemployed, because I had to work around his schedule. Granted, I was grumpy because it typically meant I had to wake up at 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning and be out the house no later than 10, preferably. But I would typically be walking out the house at 10:30 to 11 sometimes because I'm not a morning person. I don't enjoy early mornings. And so that was it. And so I would just be grumpy going to the gym, and then I would come home and, you know, I'll take a little nap, and then I would go job search, and then I would go podcast, and then I would go read. I had so much free time. I used to go out all the time, and then that was really frustrating and annoying because then my mom got mad that I was constantly outside because she was like, you're supposed to be a grown adult with responsibilities, get back in this house and apply for jobs. And it's like, I've already applied for my jobs today. I've applied for so many jobs today, girl. Like, I'm outside having my fun now because yes, job searching took up a lot of my time when I was searching for a job, because I mean, truly, really, and honestly, searching for a job is a full-time job. I cannot emphasize that enough. Oh my God, searching for a job is a full-time job. I spent so much time job searching. It was insane. And so I just spent so much time job searching that by, 10 p.m. at night, I'm like, okay, you know what? I finally got to put this computer down. I got to take a step back. We outside tonight, baddies. Like, that's the energy that I was on. It was constantly the energy that I was on. So she got upset thinking that I was ignoring responsibilities, when in reality, no, girl. It just takes a really long time to find a job. So finally, now that I have a job and my time has switched, oh my God, I am so exhausted by the time that I come home. And it's like, it again is just so... For me, it's not physical labor. It's just a lot of mental labor. It's just a lot of moving parts that I have to keep up with. And so by the time I get home, I'm like, wow, I'm mentally drained. Like, I could take a little nap real quick before I run off to the gym. But then now me and my mom are coming home at the same time every day, right? And so, or I still get home before her just a little bit. But like, it's roughly, Oh, this was my fault. I unlocked my phone in the middle of podcast recording, knowing good and well I put on do not disturb, and I put it on do not disturb for me to not get distracted. But then I have it in front of me, and then I open up and I unlocked it, and now I'm seeing that there's some tea on my phone that I really, really want to read, but that's besides the point. We're gonna move on. I can read it after I finish podcasting because you guys come first. Oh, my love is mine, oh mine. No, seriously though, love you guys. We'll talk about that at the end about how much I love y'all. Anyways, so as I was saying, so now I just come home exhausted. Then my mom comes home at the same time as me. And listen, the one downside to being an only child is that you're your parents' bestie. And that sounds so cute and dandy. And oh my God, the way I would love to be with my parents. And that's such a special time when they're gone. You're going to miss. I get that. I really do. Let me explain something though. I don't even hang out with my besties that much anymore because of how much I want my free time back. And so my mother gets home and she starts yapping to me. Then she's like, oh my God, let's go to the store together. Oh my God, let's go do this together. Oh my God, let's go do this together. And I'm just like, girl, when you drag me around, and that's the thing that I literally had to emphasize with friends too. I'm like, y'all, when y'all drag me around on your little errand days and you're just like, but we're just going to the store. This is my way of hanging out with you. Yes, but me going takes time away from things that I desperately need to do. Like, I do podcasting because it's a hobby, and I'm also trying to turn it into like a little side gig. I want it to grow into something more. I truly do. That is just my intentions. I've come to accept the fact that I might not be the next Emma Chamberlain, but I sure can be the next crazy girl on the internet with the podcast with like 300 subscribers, and I could sure be happy in my little bubble. I could surely be happy in my little bubble, and I'm trying to be happy in my little bubble. Actually, I have more than 300 subscribers now. Shout out to all of y'all. So if you're not followed, subscribed, collected on Pandora, I don't know what other apps call it, but yeah, if you haven't followed so you could stay updated, what are you doing? Please click follow. If you listen, if you made it 10 minutes into this podcast episode, I know you love it here. You love it here, so click follow, click share, click subscribe, click collect. Click it all, girl. I almost said 10 reviews, 10 stars. It feels like it should be a 10-star podcast, but it's a 5-star podcast. So go ahead, click that 5 stars. Or you can click 1 star and just be like, I really hate you and you're annoying. And that's okay too. I respect everyone's decisions. Anyways, as I was saying, and so it's like, y'all take too much time away from me, because yes, it's just like, but why won't you come to the store with me? Okay, let me tell you why I can't come to the store with you. Because I just left the store with my mother. And so I got home, went to the store with my mother. Then as soon as I got home, and I'm like, okay, it's time for me to pull out my little bookity book, and I'm going to read. And then I'm going to do the laundry that I've been putting off for 2 weeks because I've been working and don't want to get around to laundry. I just kind of want downtime. And then I need to go and podcast. Then I'm getting a message from you going, hey, I know it's 9 p.m., but like, let's go to a coffee shop, or let's go to the grocery store, or let's go out. And it's like, okay, yeah, that is so cute. But if I do that, then that means everything I just said I have to do, I can't get around to it at all, because by the time I get home, I need to go to bed to wake up for work. Then everyone's new thing that they're like hating me for, maybe I just need new friends. One of two things is happening here. I either need new friends, or I'm way too close to my friends, so they're like really comfortable with telling me how much they hate me. And that's okay too. But as I was saying, so the new thing that they're getting mad at me for is like, oh my God, I also have to wake up really early, because I wake up at 7 a.m. to go to work. And they're like, oh my God, I also have to wake up really early. Like, you act like you're the only person who has to go to work in the morning. Word for word, quote for quote. Oh my God, you act like you're the only person who has to wake up and go to work in the morning. And I'm like, that's so cool. But I'm the only person who needs 7 to 8 hours of sleep to function. Like, that is so cute that y'all will happily take your little 4 hours of sleep and wake up and go to work. And that is such a fun story for you. That used to be my life all of college. I was in college for 6 years. Hey, 6 straight years of doing that. I don't care if you're like, but I've also been doing this for 8 years because I started when I was 18. So good for you. So good for you. Yes, slay queen, slay the boots down. Ha ha, mama. That is not my life anymore. It is not my life anymore. It's to the point where I used to have my phone set to, if you call me twice on do not disturb, then the call will go through the third time. Yeah, those people who just loved harassing me figured that out. So I had to turn it off. So I did that because I was like, emergencies happen. You never know. It always takes like that one moment or whatever. Right? No, you better hope and pray that there's a miracle that I forgot to turn on my sleep do not disturb, or like something went wrong and it didn't automatically come on, because sometimes when it comes on and I'm still awake, sometimes I'll just like go ahead and like turn it off if I'm still okay with talking to people. And sometimes I do forget to turn it off, but that's rare. That is so rare that happens. Like I think it's only happened once or twice, and it's because I fell asleep with my phone in my hand. And I typically don't do that. I don't fall asleep with my phone in my hand. The second my eyes start to shut, the phone, do not disturb, it's put to the side and I roll over. I'm very good about that because I don't like sleeping with my phone on the bed. Back in the days, when you used to see the post going viral of so-and-so's phone blew up and now they're in the hospital in critical condition because their hand, blew up because a battery packet overheated, so the phone had to be recalled, or or like, I'm even afraid of like, okay, well, if my charger You know, the cords like to mess up. They like to fray at the top, and you know, the wires start to show. And I still use it. I use it until it can't charge my phone anymore. I don't want that thing on my bed. All it takes is one little sparky spark, and this little furnace fire, this little fire starter of a mattress that I sleep on, poof, in flames. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I would rather die by freezing to death. And I stand on that. I really do stand on that. No, I do not want to burn in hellfire. I want to freeze in an iceberg any day. Easily any day. I would rather freeze to death. Frostbite and all. Ooh, it hurts so bad because it's so cold. Yeah, any day. Fire? Girl, no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So the second I feel myself get a little sleepy, my phone's off to the side, which is why I keep my book by my bed, because the second I'm like, okay, I think I might fall asleep kind of early, I put my phone to the side, I pick up my book. So more times than not, I fall asleep with a book in my hand now. It's not back in my high school days where I used to fall asleep with a phone in my hand 24/7. Ooh, y'all remember them days? Anybody else used to do this? And I know we did. Don't lie to me. When you used to fall asleep on the phone with the person that you were interested in, your little love interest for the week, the year, the month, whatever it was, for the hour. Used to fall asleep on FaceTime, and that was so cute. It was like, oh my God, they're so into me. They want to fall asleep on FaceTime. Now, good night. Get off my damn phone. Hang up, girl. What are you doing? Hang up this damn phone. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'd be so quick to, I'm gonna hang up on you. And my favorite thing is my current love interest. As soon as I'm like, I'm hanging up on you, click, he hangs up. And not even in a rude way. I like it. I hate when I have to fight for this man's life. That is so, again, actually, I'm not fighting for his life. Yep, that's exactly how it happened. However you think it happened, that's exactly how it happened. You think he'd be rude to me, he'd be rude to me. You think he'd be nice, I guess he'd be nice. But point blank period, I say, I'm gonna hang up this phone on you. He go, click. Perfect, good night. And I wanted my sleep in peace and rest. That's exactly why I said that. Good boy, down boy. He listens to these podcast episodes. That's so funny. Anyways, so as I was saying, so yeah, I had to turn it off. You cannot get in touch with me. You cannot get in touch with me, because my number one thing that I always say, because like my mom would always do that, because I also like to keep my phone on do not disturb throughout the day. And so family members, because let me say this to all my people, especially women. I have never had the experience of living in a man's body, so I don't know if this is the same for men, but I know what the experience is like for women. So I'm talking to my women, right? All my eldest daughters, all my firstborn daughters, one thing about family, they always feel entitled to your time. They feel so damn entitled to your time. Absolutely not. Go sit down. Go sit down. Go sit down in the back. My favorite thing, I think it was on Grey's Anatomy, because was it on Grey's Anatomy? I know it came from a TV show, but the girl was mad because her love interest was like getting all, he was acting out of character. He was stepping out of line. He had the audacity. And so she literally said, you are a guest in my life and I need you to act like it. And so I love telling that to people, because I think sometimes people forget. I think everyone forgets. I don't care who you are. Mom, dad, sister, uncle, cousin, daughter, son, nephew, niece, all of it, neighbor, best friend. At the end of the day, you are a guest in my life. You are a guest. You do not need to be here. You don't. As much as you think you are entitled to me, myself, and I and my time, at the end of the day, you are a guest, so you need to come correct. And I am so big on that now, because I have spent, even though I'm an only child, I realize that because I'm an only child, for some reason, I automatically started getting oldest daughter treatment. Crazy. But literally, my family members will skip over all my male cousins. that are in my age range and instantly come to me for all their needs, everything they need. They need to book an appointment. They need to order something online. They need someone to drop them off to the airport. They need someone to help them pack their bags. They need someone to help them clean up their house. They just got injured. They need someone to cook them a meal. Oh, they're hungry, so they're coming over to the house to see what I've cooked. Girl, you name it, they've done it. The audacity, so entitled to my time and energy in life. Oh, don't let me not answer their phone calls. Oh, you don't love me anymore. I can't believe you're not answering my phone call. I'm talking about, I've heard this statement from everybody and my mama, right? And so I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and their favorite thing to tell me is, what if there's an emergency? What if there's an emergency? That is so horrible, because, that's what they want to say so they can get what they want, which is unlimited access to my time, energy, and resources. Oh, what if there's an emergency and I need to call you for an emergency? Why would you put your phone on Do Not Disturb? Now nobody can get in touch with you. My number one thing I'll always tell somebody, if it is that big of an emergency that you feel the need to call me 10, 11 times, call 911. Because let me tell you something, I am not a first responder. I am just a girl who's in marketing. I am not a first responder. I can barely do CPR. I went through all the steps to learn how to do CPR, but for some reason in my high school, we weren't allowed to get CPR certified anymore. That was a program that they had stopped a while back. And so the teacher who was still teaching us the medical endorsement classes, she still was like, I'm going to take you through all the steps of CPR. Just know that you're not CPR certified. But in case push comes to shove, this person will be staying alive in your hands, right? I barely know CPR. The only thing I can help you with is personal finance, babes. And I don't mean that I can hand you money. No, girl, I'm broke. I am so broke, it's a joke. I am broke. Girl, I barely am hanging on to a Roth IRA. Let me tell you that. Love personal finance. If you want tips and tricks, call me. Holla. Call me, beat me if you really need me, right? But not really if there's an emergency. The only thing I can do is if you call me, okay, I'm going to tell you to call 911. What the hell am I supposed to do for you? I don't know how to tow a vehicle. I barely know how to jumpstart a car. I know how to jumpstart a car, but I get so scared because I'm so afraid of blowing up a battery, getting electrocuted, ruining something. I get so shiver me timber scared because electrical wiring stuff, terrified. I tripped a couple breakers in my life, and that's all it took for me to never want to touch an outlet again. Are you kidding me? And you think me, out of all people, for an emergency? No, girly pop, there is nothing I can do for you. Call 911. Call the designated first responders. I can't do nothing for you, so my phone is staying on Do Not Disturb. I do not understand the entitlement. But yeah, I need my sleep. I need all hours of sleep. So when you're sitting here going, but it's just one night out, but we're just going to a concert, but we're just going to the grocery store, but we're just doing this. You and 75 other people have told me that statement, and I can't emphasize that enough, and I just don't have the patience for it anymore. I truly don't. Which, talking about not having the patience for things anymore, I did not realize how depressed I was while I was unemployed. Like, I knew I was depressed, and every time I took the little Apple mental health questionnaires, or when I would be tracking my moods and emotions throughout the day, because they now have that on Apple to like help track your mental health and whatever. And I'll be damned if I hear any conspiracy theories that are just like, oh my God, don't do that. Why would you give Apple your data about your mood and your mental health? Because if so-and-so gets the data, then like you can go to jail for something. Or like, oh my God. Or like when they started telling women stop tracking your periods because abortions are becoming so illegal. And so like, don't track your periods because you don't want to give the government access to all of that. I understand it. It is pretty damning evidence if for some reason you end up in a courtroom because, girl, I live in Texas and I am pro women. What does that mean to be pro women? It means I am pro. Don't even look at me and say you're pro life. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Fetus, deletus, control, alt, delete that. Sorry, I'm pro women. But because I have sat there and actually done the research, yeah, even though we do have women giving birth in hospitals and it's so safe because doctors are around you and stuff, look up the statistics. Women of color are more likely to die in childbirth. We still have women dying in childbirth, even though we're literally sitting there giving birth in a hospital with the people designated to take care of you. Giving birth is still so harmful and dangerous on your body. So many things can go wrong. Truly, so many things can go wrong. And so because of that, childbirth becomes very dangerous. And so, yeah. Fetus deletus if you're not going to be okay. I'm not going to sit here. No, I'm not arguing with y'all. That is none of my business. I don't want to know what's happening with your coochie. At the end of the day, I don't want to know what's happening with your coochie. Do not tell me about your coochie. If you don't want that child, okay, bye. Send it back to, return back to sender. That was my favorite thing that Danny told me one day. She said, we all children of God, so why can't we give him full custody? Period, girl. Send it back. Send it back. That is none of my business. That is not my problem. I will cross that bridge if I ever get there. If I ever get to a point where I'm like, oh my gosh, I am pregnant. Do I want to keep it? Do I not want to keep it? That's when it becomes my business. That's when the laws become my business. Other than that, I will always vote for women to keep all their rights, because I literally know people whose life were saved because of an abortion due to ectopic pregnancies. And what do you mean now in Texas if you have an ectopic pregnancy, which literally can't even last a month? Because it'll burst your fallopian tubes and you'll have internal bleeding that will kill you. It happens very quickly, pretty instantly. Like, it's not something you want to play with. So what do you mean a judge has to approve it? I literally know someone who had to induce their labor, which would be considered an abortion, because the baby had died in their womb. And if that baby sits inside the womb, you can literally get, is it called sepsis? It's literally an infection, because it's a bunch of dying tissue. The baby has taken itself back to the sender. The baby didn't, like, she was almost to full term, 8 months along, and that baby clocked out. Nobody knows why. Literally not an umbilical cord wrapped around the neck, nothing. That baby just tapped out. I think it heard what was happening on this world and it said, oh, bye. I'm sorry if that was dark. I cope with dark humor. It's okay though. This person now has a kid and they're very happy. They're very happy, very loving family, very sweet kids. But that baby was out. It left before it even had the chance. And if she would have continued to carry that child, she could have died from infection. So what do you mean that I have to call a judge sobbing to tell this judge my life is more important than carrying this baby? A judge who has no trained medical experience, and say all you want about, oh, well, the doctor could advise the judge about what's to do, because if the doctor's calling, then the doctor's going to say it's for life-saving, blah, 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 blah. Because if you don't know what it's like to be a woman in America, when you go as a woman and say, I want my tubes tied, and you don't have kids, good luck, Charlie. Good luck. Or if you adopted your kids, good luck, Charlie. If you haven't pushed a kid out of your body, even women doctors, I mean, the stories go on and on and on. We'll sit there and just, but what if you want to have, but don't you want to but what if your husband, but it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. It truly doesn't matter. Even if you're like, oh my God, but I need a hysterectomy to save my life because there is so much happening down there. Like, it needs a pregnancy for me is going to be very uncomfortable. The survival rate of the baby is not even worth it. Like, take it out. Oh my God, the amount of times that women have literally said their OBGYNs have told them all this. Oh, you're having a lot of issues. I mean, fertility would be really hard. It would be very traumatic on your body. You know, like, this is just something we have to keep in mind. You need to be a healthy person. And they go, well, then I just want a hysterectomy. I don't even want to worry about kids. I don't even want to take the risk. Like, if it's going to be life threatening. And the amount of times the women will literally say, the OBGYN that just told them your life will be at risk if you get pregnant, suddenly hits them with but you're not even married. Why would you want to do that? But what if you want kids? You never know. You can have your little miracle baby. Girl, Do you want me dead? It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I got so far off track. I don't even know where I started with that. Staying alive, staying alive. That's besides the point. How's everyone feeling? If you live in America, can I just get a hell yeah? I only want you to say that because I know we're doing terrible. I know we're doing terrible. I mean, the stocks have been crashing like nobody's business. I'm subscribed to the Marketing Brew and Morning Brew, and the Marketing Brew gives me information about the stocks and the economy, and it always like that's the newsletter that tells me everything that's happening within jobs, marketing, stocks. Very LLC bro. You know, I have LLC bro energy because I'm in personal finance, but I don't have the LLC bro energy that's like, if you're not waking up at 4 a.m. Shut up. I'm going to wake up at noon with a smile on my face and my finances are fine. Thank you very much, Steven. Anyways, as I was saying, so what was I saying? Oh my God. Oh yeah. But literally they always put like cute little funny things sometimes in their newsletters. And yesterday's newsletter literally opened up with, damn, what did it say? It was like, whoever determined that the markets close on the weekends is literally saving us right now. Thank God for you, because of the way the markets have been crashing horribly. And I literally just giggled because it was along the lines of like, thank God the markets close on the weekend and it's the weekend, so we don't have to watch the markets continue to be in free fall. Also, don't know if it's a conspiracy theory. I saw this on Threads as I was scrolling through Threads. Apparently, ChatGPT, or not just Chat, yeah, I think they said it was ChatGPT. ChatGPT wrote out the plan on, what's it called? The plan on the tariffs that have been forced down our throats. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean ChatGPT wrote out? The thread specifically said ChatGPT wrote out the formula that Trump used for his tariff plan. What do you mean ChatGPT wrote it? Don't even get me started. Don't get me ranting on that because it is so sad. It is so sad. And I think there was a part of me that was like, you know, I always fell for he doesn't know what he's doing. He's so unqualified. He is unqualified, don't get me wrong. But he doesn't know what he's doing. Oh my God, we have a little toddler running around a White House. But hearing his statements and hearing how economists are talking about this, I'm realizing it's not that he doesn't know what he's doing, it's that he doesn't care how it affects people, right? And it's really affecting people my age. I'm talking about if you are in your mid 30s, anywhere between mid 20s to mid 30s, oh, baby girl, you are not having a good time, are you?
So good, so good, so good.
New markdowns up to 70% off are at Nordstrom Rack stores now. Fresh kicks, spring tops, new dresses. There's always a score.
I mean, the denim section is unreal.
Why do I rack? All the dresses. I always find something amazing.
Head to your Nordstrom Rack store to find can't-miss deals on all the spring things. Great brands, great prices. That's why you rack.
Acura's all-new ADX, a compact SUV that isn't just built for one thing, it's precision-crafted for everything. To escape the grind with available all-wheel drive. To go with your flow with available Google built-in.
Hey Google, turn it up.
Okay, turning up the volume. And crafted to be heard with an available Bang & Olufsen premium sound system. The all-new Acura ADX, crafted to match your energy. Acura, precision-crafted performance.
Take your vibes and go, 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 go.
Google is a trademark of Google LLC.
You are not having a good time. Ooh, if you were about to graduate college. I am so sorry. I am so sorry to the economy that you're about to walk across the graduation stage right into. I'm sorry. Because what I'm realizing is happening, or what I believe is happening from the things that I've been reading, the podcasts that I've been listening to, and I'm not an economist. I'm just a little marketing girly, okay? Me and marketing, besties, okay? I'm not an economist. This is me taking an educated guess based on my little personal finance hobby. And to be into personal finance, you have to understand the way money works in America because I'm an American. And so for my educated guess, what I believe to be happening is, one, he's inspired by Reagan's trickle down economics, which is if you give corporations more money, then they will share it more. They will share out that money to their workers. Their workers will go and buy from different stores. And so if you put corporations in a position where they're keeping more of their income instead of paying it to taxes, it'll go to more people, and sales tax, income tax, all of that will balance it all out and we'll have a better economy. But that's not how that happened. And we're still feeling the effects of that because for some reason, people just didn't understand the idea. If you have one person making $100 a day and they have two workers and both workers get paid $20 a day, and then you hand that person an extra $100 a day and you tell them, do what you want with that money. Like, there's no regulations around it, nothing. No increase in minimum wage. I mean, if the minimum wage is $2 a day and you're paying them $20 a day, you're way above minimum wage. You just hand them an extra $100 a day. So now this person's making $200 a day and they have two workers. What did you think was going to happen? What did you think was going to happen? I literally learned in political science in college that the way the founding fathers wrote out the Constitution and rights was because they had the idea that everyone was going to be selfish. No matter what, a human's instinct is to be selfish first. At the end of the day, you're always going to be selfish. And I mean, the little philosopher in me has even argued this, but when you do a good deed, and this is just getting like real critical, like this is just getting down to the nitty gritty. Please don't have an existential crisis on me, babes. I got my degree in philosophy. That's it. Okay, that's it. Calm down, girl. Take a deep breath. But if you do a good deed and you do that good deed because it feels good, it feels like the right thing to do, I can argue that that is still a selfish thing to do because you're doing it because it makes you feel good at the end of the day. You feel good that you have helped someone and you love that warm, fuzzy feeling in your heart because you helped someone. So you are selfishly chasing that high of feeling like you're a good person with good morals. Even if it's with good intentions, it's selfish. But people don't want to say that because they hear the word selfish and they think of it as a bad word. They think of it as a horrible word. But if selfish was just a neutral word, you would be perfectly fine with being selfish. My family is falling apart. My family can't afford to keep the lights on. I just got handed a $100 bill. I see a homeless person, but I turn around and I selfishly take care of my family. No one's going to be mad at you for that. Even though that is considered selfish because like you didn't help someone out and you only cared about your self-interest, it is okay to be selfish. It is perfectly fine. Think of selfish as a neutral word. Now, coming back to the fact that the founding fathers wrote the Constitution with the thought in mind that everyone is inherently selfish and everyone is always going to put their self needs first. Now, let's go ahead and come back to person number one paying worker number one and worker number two. Person number one just got an extra $100 a day. They're making $200 a day. They're paying their workers way above the minimum wage of $2 a day. Their workers are getting $20 a day. Why the hell would person number one not take that money and stuff it in a bank account? Worker number one and two doesn't even know that person number one has been given the opportunity to get an extra $100 a day. They don't even know that. Worker number one and worker number two is just going around like NPCs, doing their life, doing their job, doing what they need to do to make money to take care of their family. They don't even know that a secret entity has come to person number one and been like, here's an extra $100 a day, spend it wisely, mwah, peace out, and dipped like a genie. Bloop, snap their fingers, gone. Why would they not just put it in their bank account? I don't know. I understand the theory and practice, but this is the difference between philosophy and psychology, because I've been told philosophy is the way people should think, while psychology is the way people actually think. Why did we think across the board people were just gonna like I don't get it, I don't understand it, and I don't want to fight with it, right? I understand the idea, I really get it, but that idea was assuming that a majority of people we're gonna make the decision to go, even though I could really enhance my family's life, I can give my kids more money, my grandkids might not have to work anymore if I just take this extra money and I invest properly, and I really just look out for me and my own. I could really do a good thing for me and my family, and we'll go on extra trips, and wow, look at how successful I am. I can't believe that I've done all this. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. And we're still feeling the effects of that because minimum wage wasn't raised. It wasn't raised. It hasn't been raised in how many years, right? And so now we're back. Now we're back to this position. We're back to this position, right? Where we're doing it again. We're giving corporations way more money, hoping for trickle-down economics, which we seen did not work how many years ago? How many presidents ago? We saw that Reagan economics did not work. And then we're trying it again because we swear on our lives and on our mama that as a businessman, as an entrepreneur, as someone who has a corporation, I promise you that trickle-down economics works, guys. I swear to you, the people, it'll work. And on top of that, yeah, I've heard you complain. Life really sucks. Everything is really expensive. But you know what's built into the American capitalistic society? It is built into our little, oh my God, what is it called? Mode of production? Is that mode? Nope, that's not mode of production. What is it called? I guess it's just, whatever. What's built into a capitalistic economy is that we need to have a recession every few years. I don't remember. I think it's like 100 years or something like that. Like it shouldn't be often, but we need to have a recession every few years because that's how you balance out the economy. It's built into the economy so that what goes up must come down. And as we're struggling, as we've been tiptoeing, as the economy has gotten worse, and other presidents have been like, let's fix that. Hey, we're going to fix that. We're going to do something for you. We're going to fix that. We're going to bail you out. We're going to bail you out by bailing out big banks, by the way. So still putting corporations above people's interests, but that's okay. We're going to bail you out. And it helped. And it brought things down and prices went down. And thank you so much. This current one was like, no. Great idea. I'm going to use what's already there. And I'm going to use the idea of what goes up must come down. But so many economists have already said this tactic is a really bad tactic, right? It's the difference between like, I need to go to the second story of a house. I can take the stairs, I can take a ladder, or I can take a trampoline and jump really hard and get up there. And you want to just use the easiest way out, right? Nope, not this current administration. This current administration is going to use tactics that we see have not worked. So we're firing a bunch of people. So now the government's understaffed. We're crashing all the markets because what goes up must come down. And so if it goes down, then it has to swing the other way into being really good. But that's not really good either because you don't want to constantly be in extremes because we're already in a moment where we're like really close to the Gilded Age. It's not feeling good. As Americans, we're just not feeling good. And so now imagine being a young adult at this time. Imagine starting your career at this time. It's not fun. It is truly, truly not fun. It is not fun to literally already be starting your first big girl job, big desk, corporate America job, and to already be hearing, we're being forced into a recession, y'all. We're being forced into a recession before it's time. Before the timeline of when a recession should be happening, we're being forced into one because the current administration decided that's the best thing to do to bring everything down. But it's like, okay, but we already have seen that when prices go up, so if something was $200 and it went up to $400, even when we reverse all those executive orders because we're like, hey, that didn't work and it made life really, really hard, and we reverse all those executive orders, the price doesn't go back to $200. The price goes down to $350. It does not go back to $200. It goes down to $350. Like, I'm so over it. I literally want to cut the mic off. I literally want to cut the cameras, cut the mic off, because it's been pissing me off. So I've been having big girl issues of like, I work a job now and I'm trying to figure all that out and I'm trying to find a way to, make life good. Then I'm into the issue of like, wow, I get paid way above the minimum wage, but I still can't afford life. I can't afford to go rent out an apartment. I literally can't even afford it with a roommate. I thought I'd be able to afford it with a roommate. I cannot afford it with a roommate. It is too expensive. I can't afford to move out of my mother's house at all. It's really crappy. That's a really crappy feeling to realize like, hey, I would actually go bankrupt if I try to move out right now, even though I'm 25 going on 26 and I'm getting paid way above minimum wage. So not fun. Then I'm dealing with all the economy stuff, because the economy stuff is the reason why apartments and water bills and light bills are really, really, really expensive. And then I'm also dealing with the fact that I am just a little girl in her budding career. My career is just starting to flower. It's not even in full bloom yet. And it's really, really, really sad that it's like, okay, and while we're here, there's talks of recession. There's talks of how in the government everyone's being laid off. There's talks about how like, even because we know just statistically, especially with the way the economy works, companies used to prefer people who stayed at jobs a really long time. And if you wanted a good career, making good money, you stayed at a company, you were loyal to a company, and you stayed there for years and years and years to come. With the current economy, the best way to increase your income is to jump ship to new companies, because no company cares about a loyal employee anymore. It doesn't pay to be loyal. Instead, you'll have very stagnant wages, right? So you have to jump ship. So imagine just starting out your career and knowing that you can't jump ship anytime soon. Like you could, but it's going to be very, very, very hard. Like you want to stay at a place 1-2 years and then jump ship, baby girl. Jump ship, get that pay increase. That is how you double your salary. That's how you triple your salary. Start jumping ship. And to just be like, oh, I might not be able to jump ship. So I have to sit here at a stagnant wage and hope for a nice little raise, even though what I need to survive, even with the roommate, I need more than just a pay raise. I need salary. I need benefits. I need a whole lot of. So it's really sad. And life's been really hard. And it hasn't been fun out here in these streets. But anyway, so books. I'm currently reading 5 Broken Blades, and I've been enjoying it. The one thing I haven't enjoyed is that there's no audiobook for it. There's no free audiobook for it. Let me correct that, because I started reading the book before I checked my library to see like if the audiobook would be available anytime soon, but it literally says like the whole time is like a several months wait, but I already started reading the book. So I was like, I'm just going to continue reading the book. And then on Spotify, I pay for the Spotify Premium, which gives me 15 hours a month of free audiobook listening time. I ran out of that, but not only did I run out of that, 5 Broken Blades is not included in the premium subscription. so I can't read it for free. And right now, Audible is actually having a deal until the end of April, where for 99 cents, you can have an Audible subscription for 3 months. And then it goes up to like the $16 that it actually is. So I might do that to see if the audiobook version's on there. And it's not because like, oh, I don't like reading my books. First of all, if you're listening to an audiobook, you're a reader. Don't let anyone tell you anything else. You finished a book, you're a reader. You're literally listening to books. Okay, you're just listening to it in podcast form. Which means y'all are most likely audiobook listeners. Oh my God. Drop the audiobook recommendations in the comments. Or go to my social media accounts and like DM it to me. My social media links are always in the show notes. DM it to me. Oh my God, tell me your audiobook recommendations. But yeah, and so that becomes really hard because now that I don't have much downtime to sit down and open a book, I can't read as many pages as I would enjoy. And so I can't just like, so I've been switching back and forth between physical books and the audiobook so that way I can keep listening because like I have an hour drive to work. So like that's 1 hour of the audiobook that I can listen to. And then that's another hour on my way back. So that's 2 hours of an audiobook, you know, just going to work. And so that's what I've been doing, but that's not what happened. It is not what's happening. My throat's dry. I desperately need to take a sip of water. I've been yapping for 50 minutes now. But yeah. And so I've been reading 5 Broken Blades and I've been enjoying it. I'm just sad that I can't get through it faster because I don't have that much downtime. In fact, I mean, even like cooking and stuff, like I would be listening to the audiobook so I can still be like, you know, binging my books because I have so many books to get through. I just added 2 more books to my physical TBR. It's called Autumn. And I think the other one's called like Blue. I think it's called Autumn and Blue. It's a local author in Humble, and I went to a bookstore in Humble, and so they gave me his book. I wonder if that's one of the signed copies. I need to check. But talking about books and local books and authors, so currently Houston is doing their Houston book crawl throughout the month of April. Oh my God, wait, hello? Why does it, okay, we're in April. Oh my God. So it ends April 30th. And so you go to any bookstores. So just look up Houston Book Crawl 2025. I think it's from the 5th to the 30th or like the 1st to the 25th. I need to double check that because I'm also not going to have much time to go to many bookstores. I might have to do multiple bookstore runs in one day. Again, working and whatnot. But go to a bookstore and get the passport for the bookstores, and every time you make a purchase in the bookstores, they sign off on your little passport. And if you go to 10 bookstores, then you will be entered in a raffle. And so after you go to whatever's the final bookstore that you want to go to, you just hand it to that bookstore owner and they'll turn it in for you and you get entered into a raffle. But if you go to all the bookstores on the bingo card, then you get 10 entries into the raffle. And you can win different prizes. They didn't say what kind of prizes, but you get to win prizes. And so I'm going to do that. And then also I have 10% off my entire purchase at Half Price Books. When I went in December for my birthday, they gave me a calendar and coupon. And so I definitely want to use that. But, you know, again, time, energy, effort, money. So we've been waiting. We've been patiently waiting. But yeah, and so I will be going to do that. I definitely want to do that. I want to be part of the bookstore crawl. I think I'll only go to 10 bookstores though. I would love to go to all 25, but that's a lot of money on books. I don't even have the space to even add another 25 books to my bookshelf. And so, because I've already filled up one bookshelf, I have books on top of that bookshelf, and then I have books on my dresser because I just have so many books. And so if I get another 25 books, I would have to buy another bookshelf. I desperately would. And I already kind of want to buy another bookshelf. Actually, I think I might. My room needs to have some reorganization because I do want another bookshelf in here. I think it would look really good. there's just a lot of things. There's a lot of redecorating that I want to do. But that's all time, energy, effort, and money. So it's okay. We're going to hold off. We're going to wait. They don't love you like I love you. Wait. But anyways, as I was saying, if you're a Pandora listener, thank you so much. Your time and energy and effort to listening to this means so much. If you're listening on SiriusXM, again, thank you so much. Those are the two apps that keep up with my podcast and just listen so much. If you're a listener on any other platform, thank you so much. Like, truly, everyone who takes the time out of their day to listen to this podcast, I don't think you understand how grateful I am for you, because without you, my podcast wouldn't be what it is. And I know, like, you know, I feel like typically you hear that from influencers who are making big money and their life has changed and blah, 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 blah. But this has been a dream of mine to become a content creator for so long. So the fact that I get to live out that dream, and I'm not just looking at numbers that are like zeros, and I'm actually seeing that people tune in and people listen, it means so much to me. Even if I was getting paid $1 for 1 penny a day, I'm so kidding. But go follow me, go subscribe to the podcast, leave a comment, please. I want to hear your thoughts, your opinions, just anything. You could literally just comment meow if you wanted to. I love you all so much. Follow me on my socials, follow me on Threads, follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on TikTok, but I really stopped posting on TikTok. I've learned TikTok is not my platform. TikTok is not the platform that people want to keep up with me. And that is okay. That is okay. I have learned I do not have the personality for TikTok. I do not have the content skills for TikTok. TikTok is not for me. And that is okay. But Threads, on the other hand, Threads and Instagram, that's where I flourish. So we're going to focus on that. You can interact with me on TikTok if you want to, but you'll just be seeing a lot of my reposts if you want to follow me. I do have a lot of videos posted on TikTok. Don't get it twisted. But it's all just a bunch of old content. But if you want to go through it, you can go through it. Anything else? Ow, I just tapped my forehead too hard. I think that's it. I think it's about time for me to go make myself some little brekkie. I haven't eaten for the day, and it's already 11:22, and I've been up for 2 hours. So I'm going to go fuel my body because I love you guys. But I had to podcast first. But my lips are so dry. I need some chapstick. I need some water. It's getting sticky. Ta-ta for now. Show's over. Bye. Oh my God, where's the mouse? Oh, there it is.